All right, it wasn't one for the NFL playoffs time capsule. No, the Bills scored their fewest points ever in a playoff game behind Tyrod Taylor, 27.2 QBR. We welcome in Adam Schefter. And now you look at the two teams that lost in the AFC, the Chiefs and the Bills, questions surrounding their quarterbacks as it pertains to next season, the future with those teams. What are the chances they are playing elsewhere next season?
Well, I think probably pretty good in both cases.
Really?
When you look at Tyrod Taylor, he has a $6 million option bonus payment due in March. And the Buffalo Bills have to make a decision on whether or not they want to bring him back for next year. Now, keep in mind, they've got double first-round draft picks. There's been a lot of speculation and focus that the Bills will go out and draft a quarterback, but free agency's first. Listen, I think Tyrod Taylor is a valuable guy to have around, but they're coming off the lowest scoring wild card game in NFL history. We'll see what they decide to do there. As for Alex Smith, there's been a lot of speculation ever since Kansas City traded up to go get Patrick Mahomes in the first round of last year's draft that they would be moving on from Alex Smith this offseason. They are expected to entertain trade offers for him. I would think that they probably wind up moving on from him. That's what most people around the league believe. We'll see where they decide to trade him. I think they once gave up 2 second-round draft picks to San Francisco to go get him. He's got value around the league. He'll be in demand. In an offseason where there are a lot of quarterbacks available, certainly some focus and attention will be on Alex Smith.
A lot of demand for quarterbacks. Carolina has their quarterback, and Adam, questions arising around the way the Panthers handled the situation yesterday when he went down to the fourth quarter, but did not enter the concussion protocol. What is going to be the fallout from this?
Listen, the league's going to have to review this because just a couple of weeks ago, the league enacted new rules that said once a player is hit hard and then staggers off the field. You see the hit that Cam Newton takes right there, and then he tries to make it off the field. And that's when it becomes obvious that something's wrong. Now, Ron Rivera said he was poked in the eye, and that may or may not have been the case. But when he walks off the field here, Max, he drops to one knee and has to brace himself from falling, which is a little bit of an unusual reaction for somebody who's poked in the eye. By the very nature of the rule, the fact that he did not go to the locker room is a breach in protocol because that's the new rule. So the fact of the matter is, who is responsible for that? Is that the sideline officials? Is that the spotter up in the booth? Is that the Panthers themselves? Is it everybody? We have an endless amount of investigations, it seems like, for failure of concussion issues. Tom Savage was one. Jacoby Brissett was another, even though nothing was found to have done wrong. The Seahawks were fined early this year for Russell. There have been any number of issues that have come up. This is the latest, and the league is going to have another concussion situation it has to look into and explain and justify as it tries to change the culture surrounding an injury that has gotten a lot of attention this season.
Right, regardless what the injury is,
the
protocol says that's it.
Breach.
Eye poke, breach, got it. All right, let's turn to someone who had a much better weekend. And Mike Mularkey, who brought the Titans to the postseason, has been under, you could say, the hot seat a little bit here. He got the vote of confidence from ownership after the Titans' first postseason win since 2003. So did that win, a big one on the road, did that save his job?
I think that was it right there. When the controlling owner comes out and says that he's going to be back, I think we'll take the Titans owner at her word and expect that he'll be back. But even Mike Mularkey admitted after the game that no one had said anything to him, and there were some concerns. And I think there was a lot of speculation around the league about whether or not he would be able to keep that job. That victory in Kansas City silenced that conversation. Now, rather than answering job questions, the Titans controlling owner releases the statement. The Titans can get ready for Saturday's divisional playoff game in New England, and those questions, for the time being, can go away until next season.
He also silenced Arrowhead, which is no easy
Well,
task.
actually, in the postseason, it is. The Chiefs have lost 6 straight home playoff games.
Good point. Point well taken. All right, some changes with the Packers. This was expected. They named Brian Gutekunst as their new GM today. He serves as team's director of player personnel since 2006. Green Bay sitting there watching it all, taking in the postseason. What's this move mean for that franchise?
Well, first of all, it's got somebody now who is not Ted Thompson, who is in charge of an organization that notoriously has spent very little money and been very inactive in free agency. But there's other fallout as well. Elliott Wolf, son of the famed GM Ron Wolf in the front office, could be moving on. Rob Domofsky has reported that the Cleveland Browns are interested in hiring him. And with Gutekunst out of the mix in Houston for the Texans general manager job, that means that Brian Gaine of the Buffalo Bills front office could wind up as the Texans GM. So one simple move by the Packers front office impacted perhaps potentially 3 different teams: the Packers, Browns, Bills, and Texans. 4.
Hey, I love dominoes. I play it all the time. There you go, the domino effect. Packers, maybe a good time to hit the recharge button. We shall see. Out of the playoffs for the first time since 2008. There is Adam Schefter.